How is everybody doing today? And in this video, we are going to be doing what we do for every patch when it comes to brand new characters, because yes, they are coming very soon. We are going to do the things you should consider before summoning Miyabi and Harumasa, because yes, they are both coming out at the same exact time. And I'm not gonna lie, this video does seem like it's going to be a little different than the rest of the videos I do that are in this series, just because I think there's not many people that would have a reasonable mind to skip Miyabi realistically. Usually I list the pros and I list the cons, but what Miyabi is in terms of the fan base and what she is in terms of combat as well, it's not really much to say what is the cons, but we can talk about the pros and we can talk about how long lasting they are. And not only that, we can also look at what banners are out right now, which there only is one at the current moment. So realistically, what we're going to be looking at is who we have right now in the game, which is going to be Lighter. Lighter is here for the remaining 6 days up until, of course, Miyabi and Harumasa's release. We will be out at the same exact time. I will have more details and also showcases out eventually, very soon, when it comes to Miyabi's release, Miyabi's teams, all her stuff that's cool. I will be showcasing it hopefully very, very soon. So make sure to leave a sub, comment, like, all the different type of stuff if you are excited for Miyabi. But the main thing that we are talking about, of course, is Lighter still here. If you haven't already summoned on Lighter, Lighter's a really great character, especially can work with Miyabi because of his ice res decrease, which is really, really good for someone like Miyabi. Not only that, he also has the fire bonus, or ice damage bonus with Lighter. He's gonna be a really good character for a lot of teams later down the line, but realistically what we're here for is Harumasa and Miyabi. And realistically, there really is no reason not to pull for Miyabi at this point in the game, just because she has so many characters that do work for her. And not only that, you're getting one of her best teammates, or a teammate that's going to be really great with her, which is Harumasa. As soon as the patch starts, I'm pretty sure it's going to be maybe a super easy mission, or maybe it's going to just pop right into your mailbox. But you will get Harumasa eventually for free, and that's a really great thing. Now, you will have to pull for his weapon. I have no idea yet if you are going to need his weapon or if it's going to be mandatory versus the other free-to-play options. Same thing goes for Miyabi. Those two characters being out at the same time is going to be pretty interesting, because that means not only do you have to pull for Miyabi, her W engine, if you also want to go for Harumasa and his W engine, that's going to be quite a bit. So yeah, there is some stuff to still pull, in all honesty. We currently don't know anything in regards to the next characters coming out past Miyabi and also Harumasa, because we are getting them both at the same time. We kind of lose that choice of waiting for information, especially because Miyabi technically would have been the first character or the second character to release if they would have done it the regular way, if I'm not wrong. I'm not sure, but they're both coming at the same time, so we don't get the option to choose if we are going to look at drip marketing first. That's just the thing that got taken away from us. But to be honest, we don't care. We're getting a free character and Miyabi. It's just going to be all around fun when it comes to those characters coming out. We do have the option of waiting. If you are patient enough, you can wait for drip marketing and see what we could possibly get. We have no idea what's going to happen after 1.4, because realistically, they could go the Wuthering Waves route, just because right now in 1.4, where we're going into, it looks like we're at the end of the season for the story, which is what they're classifying it as. We are in season 1, and 1.4 is going to be the climax of season 1, which is going to be pretty cool. We might have a break patch or a filler patch in 1.5, because we still haven't gotten Ellen's rerun, for all I know, and I don't think we're getting a rerun for Ellen anytime soon yet, which is very interesting, because usually Ellen or a rerun character in version 1.4 for most Hoyo games, they end up rerunning their first ever character, which would be Ellen, and we didn't get a rerun for her. So what they might do is they could go into 1.5 and rerun Ellen for those that haven't gotten her. Kind of don't recommend her at this point in the game, just because there's so many great characters that you can do or use that have been insanely buffed, especially with characters like Juyin. She's absolutely amazing still. Jane is still amazing still. Yanagi, Miyabi, Harumasa. Yeah, you're gonna have quite a bit to play with now that we have all of these different characters. And of course, if we have 1.5 being a filler patch, then that means we will go into 2.0 very soon, or after 1.4 we might go into 2.0, which could mean a plethora of different things, especially with us getting the ultimate update. That means that characters can technically start synergizing with that update a little bit better than the characters that have been before that update. Let's say characters like Ellen, characters like Lycan, all these standard 5-star characters did not have the ultimate update in mind, so they won't have anything bonus activated versus a lot of the other characters that might come after the ultimate update. So there is going to be quite a meta shift I can look at very soon when it comes to implementing all of these new things that we have in the game. When it comes to the quick assist mechanic, we're probably going to get some more stuff around that. We're probably going to get more ults that are able to switch out, just like Bernice, how she's able to leave the field, or you are able to move another character into the field when she's doing her ultimate. We might see a little bit more of that because of the ultimate update. It's going to be very interesting to see what they're going to do after Miyabi. I think Miyabi is definitely going to be the last character of this generation, or the start of the next generation, where we're starting to keep in mind the kits plus the mechanics of the game at the current moment, which is going to be very exciting. I cannot wait for those two to release, of course, but there's really not much else at the current moment that we can base a lot of our decisions on. Right now, I'm pretty sure for the most part, everyone has the same decision, or everyone's going to come to the same conclusion, which is literally just summon Miyabi. She really has a really nice future-proof kit at the current moment because she is Anomaly. A lot of the Anomaly characters in the game at the current moment can just steamroll through everything in the game, and whenever there comes the point where they're resistant towards an element, well, instead of using Miyabi and something like Yanagi, let's say Yanagi gets basically put in a section where it's like, oh, we're lightning immune. Well, you just throw in someone like Bernice and Caesar, you call it a day. There's a bunch of different things that you can do with Miyabi because she is Anomaly. There's a plethora of different teammates when it comes to maybe using Harumasa instead of Yanagi, and then now you can use Lighter, now you can use Lycan, now you can use Chingy. There's so many different options that you can do with Miyabi, with not only running a more attack center team versus a disorder center team, and that's just gonna allow for a million different possibilities. She's also getting buffs and lowering Anomaly buildup for herself, making it easier for her to proc natural reactions, which means more disorders, and she's gonna crap out a bunch of damage. I just see Miyabi as just overall the better pick of all the DPSs in the game at the current moment, because she's basically been built up to this point. They've really given us a lot of different characters when it comes to characters like Lycan, Lucy, Seth, Bernice, Caesar, Yanagi, Harumasa. We've been getting a crap ton of characters since the start of the game that already synergize with Miyabi. So if there is any doubt in your mind that you probably don't want to summon for Miyabi, which I find it highly doubtful that anybody has that in their mind at the current moment, just summon for Miyabi. I really do think that Miyabi is such a safe bet right now as a DPS, and that's really a hard thing to say for most characters realistically. But the way Zenless is doing it right now when it comes to the Anomaly meta, I don't see Anomaly getting shoved to the side at any point in time. I actually do have a theory that Anomaly is the main damage type they actually want to push, because realistically, if you think about it, characters like Juyin, Ellen, really cool, really basic. They basically have their cookie cutter rotation of what they do. The Anomaly characters, when it comes to Yanagi, when it comes to Bernice, Miyabi, all these other characters, Grace, these characters realistically kind of showcase the whole meat of Zenless Zone Zero's combat. You're able to do not only these cool combos that are damaging, but you're also able to use their elemental reaction system that they have baked in the game. I do think Anomaly, for the most part, is getting to the point where we might be seeing this as the main damage type, and then we use characters like Juyin periodically that have high burst windows, or possibly going the route of Harumasa, where if the characters have a certain condition happen, say the enemies are burnt, same thing for something like Soldier 11, or whenever they trigger disorder like Harumasa likes, whenever you have them paired up with Miyabi or Yanagi, then they get a damage boost. So that means after you're done doing something with your main core, you're able to switch into the attack character, and they're able to do absolutely massive damage for a short window, go back into the other Anomaly characters. I really do think for some reason that they are going to be in that realm of fashion of doing that type of damage. You put them in, they do massive damage, they leave, and then you start again with whatever characters you're putting in a tag team. I do think that's what they might be going for with Zenless in the future, but I'm just overall very excited for not only Miyabi's release, but also Harumasa's release. And not only that, all the changes that we're going to see in the future for Zenless Zone Zero. They have been doing such a beautiful job at updating the game. They're giving us different mechanics, they're giving us different end game modes, more quality of life. Not only that, they're changing the game upside down. They've been removing the TV system, which I know some people like it. They are removing it for that platformer type of EOS mode, which I think is pretty funny or really nice. I did like the TV mode myself, but I don't mind the platformer version either. Let me know what you think about the TV mode with it being fully gone. I think after 1.4 they're thinking of removing it, I think. versus of course having the platformer mode. Other than that, that's pretty much it when it comes to this. I'm just very excited to see the future of the meta in Zenless Zone Zero. But regardless, Miyabi is definitely the pull that you probably are looking for. A lot of people have been saving for this moment for Miyabi to finally come out, and she's finally here. So other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll wait to the video. See y'all guys in the next one, and peace.